can taste the excitement here in the Quicken Loans Arena. It's the Los Angeles Clippers facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. So Cleveland will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah-a-Moute in the 3 spot.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, it might be a really big night in store for him. Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
A nice shot by Griffin.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Thompson. That one wide left.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And it's Thompson again missing. And Mbah-a-Moute the pass to Paul. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The drive by Thompson. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now, here's Mbah-a-Moute. The shot is off.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Channing Fries checked in for Tristan Thompson. For 3, Love. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
At first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Now here's Jordan. Paul goes in. Pass to Griffin. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Just 2 to shoot. Paul missing again.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jumper comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Paul. Following the basket by LeBron James. And it's Green, missing. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. Crawford with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And here are the Cavaliers. They're on an 11-3 run. No luck.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And not known as a rim rattler. I mean, he's usually kind of rooted to the floor, not elevated. Whoa! Nasty.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh?
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Shumpert. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Cleveland ahead. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-6 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Rivers out there with Crawford. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Blake Griffin.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
The drive by Thompson. Love. Back to Thompson. Dellavedova dishes to Thompson. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. Paul comes in for Rivers.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Paul with the three. And yes, sir, that one drops. Paul's got 5.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc. I like the way they've picked it up here offensively in the second.
Yeah, up above 50% in terms of field goal percentage. They're on a roll.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Clippers trail by 7. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year. The offense really coming around here in the second.
It's about rhythm, Clark. They're up above 50% now for the game, and you'll take that on any night. And defensively, there's still some work, though, they're going to have to shore up.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. And Mbaamute's checked in for Blake Griffin. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Paul. That one off the back iron and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Got a piece of it. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Here's Shumpert. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And J.R. Smith with the slam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Love. James comes in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And it's Paul missing.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Redick.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Uncovered. Green kicks to Mbamute. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Cleveland leading by 3. And another miss by Cleveland.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cleveland ahead, up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after half. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor.
And Kevin, Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And then for Los Angeles, Paul Pierce is checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. The Cavaliers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
You know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
And, guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
And it's Love missing. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Pierce. LeBron with the block. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And he gets it to go. And it's 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Johnson's checked in. The offensive rebound. Here's Jordan. And Thompson sends it back. Love the pass to Thompson. James kicks to Shumpert. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. And Channing Frye's subbed in for Kevin Love. And then for Los Angeles, Cole Aldridge. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green and for Paul Pierce.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Dellavedova kicks to Shumpert. Back to Mozgov. Cleveland moving the ball around. And then Johnson with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
The rebound by Jeff Green.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. And then for Los Angeles, Mbaamute's checked in for Johnson, and Paul subbed in for Rivers. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. That'll be a 5-second call.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Cavaliers leading.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Paul kicks to Green. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's LeBron. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Jeff Green picks one up. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Cleveland shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That free throw, no good. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case. No hesitation at all right there, just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
It's deflected. The fadeaway. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in the 3 spot.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That's his first foul. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Griffin kicks to Pierce. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way. To the middle. Here's Fry. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
A shot's good from Irving. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. And Shumpert in there for Matthew Dellavedova. And that one falls for Jamal Crawford. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Thompson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Crawford. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Love dishes to Shumpert. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in. And Bahamute is checked in for Los Angeles. Down low, Crawford. And he converts the layup. Crawford's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And you're not going to pass up that kind.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. Smith checked in for Iman Shumpert. .156 left in the 4th quarter. On its way from Irving for 2. Tries to save it. James outside. Will it go? James with another miss.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Shots good from Mbaamute. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Paul with the 3, and he gets the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
I agree, Steve, and this is a game where the defense, Clark Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created extra possessions for him too, Kevin. Scoring opportunities they cashed in on, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory tonight.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was. For Paul, you have